Hi, and welcome to Food News Today. If you happen to be looking forward to trying Wrigley's new Alert Energy caffeine gum, you'll be disappointed. Less than 2 weeks after launching it, the Wrigley company decided to give it up after FDA's recent statement that they were going to take a fresh look at caffeinated foods and their effect on kids and teenagers. Wrigley thought better of pushing caffeinated confectionery. So the product, which came in brightly colored packages and each pellet of gum contained 40 milligrams of caffeine, about the same amount in a half a cup of coffee, is now on hold. Casey Keller, Wrigley's president for North America, said, "After discussions with the FDA, we have a greater appreciation for its concern about the proliferation of caffeine in our nation's food supply." Probably a good idea. We talked recently about the dwindling number of honeybees, and now a new survey of America's beekeepers reports that almost a third of the country's honeybee colonies did not make it through this past winter. According to the USDA, over the past 6 years, on average, 30% of all the honeybee colonies in the U.S. died off over the winter. This year, the death rate was up again to 31%. Jeffrey Pettis, the research leader of the Agriculture Department's Bee Research Laboratory, says that the problem is not so much colony collapse disorder, but rather numbers dwindling as the bees get weaker. Pettis says they can't generate heat very well in the spring to rear their offspring. They can't generate heat to fly. Farmers who grow crops like almonds, blueberries, and apples rely on commercial beekeepers to make sure that their crops get pollinated. But the number of honeybees has now dwindled to the point where there may not be enough to pollinate these crops. So why is this happening? Beekeepers mention a few possible reasons, from weather to parasites, and one of the more controversial, pesticides. Some beekeepers and environmentalists are calling for tighter restrictions on the use of one particular pesticide, which we talked about recently in connection with colony collapse disorder. But U.S. farmers and pesticide companies are opposed to any such move, and the EPA says it's not yet convinced that this would help the bees very much. If you thought that the pigtails we told you about a couple weeks ago was strange, well, this is right up there. Taco Fusion Eatery in Florida caused quite a stir recently when they added lion tacos to the menu. Yep, you heard me right, lion tacos. The eatery is known for its exotic fillings, which include bison, shark, ostrich, gator, gazelle, rabbit, duck, camel, and kangaroo. I'm not going to be making a reservation very soon. Also, they have iguana, bear, and zebra. Well, it was the lion tacos that caused the biggest uproar. Get it? Uproar! Activists for big cat preservation expressed outrage over the menu item, but despite the huge backlash, including online threats, the tacos, of course, sold out. Owner Ryan Gaugon told NBC affiliate WFLA, "Just because someone at home doesn't want it doesn't mean 100 other people don't. And America is still free, and we're still allowed to provide services that people want." Yeah. Lion tacos have since been taken off the menu, but just in case you were curious about the cost or the price, they were not cheap. A pound of lion meat cost, get this, $220. So that was about $35 of lion meat per taco. And one customer, Frankie Consoli, told the Tampa Tribune that the lion taco was delicious. The meat, however, was a bit tougher than steak. We can only imagine. That's all for this week's edition of Food News Today. Please check out supermarketguru.com and send me a message on Facebook and Twitter. Food News Today is sponsored by ConAgra Foods, who shares with me the desire to provide the most current, interesting, and unbiased food news. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.